everyone, my name is Pesino Misterigusa and I am the first reporter of our group. So our topic is all about chapter 5, Rizal life, exile, trial and death. So when we say exile, a situation in which you are forced to leave your country or home and go to live in a foreign country. So when we say trial, a formal examination of evidence before a judge and typically before a jury in order to decide guilt in a case of criminal or civil proceedings. So when we say that, the action or fact of dying or being killed, the end of the life of a person or organism, or death is the state of being dead. So we have here a table of contents. We have number 1, arrival in Manila, so we'll talk about this later, and number 2, founding of the Liga Pilipina. So arrival in Manila. So Rizal returned to Manila and marking his second homecoming on June 1892. Because of his firm belief that the battleground is in the Philippines, it should be fought in the Philippines, not in Spain. He told his European compatriots that when he returned home, they should meet there, they will help one another, and they will suffer or triumph together. So Rizal and his sister Lucia arrived in Manila on June 26, 1892 at 12 noon, and in the afternoon at 4 o'clock, he went to Malacanang Palace to seek an audience with the Spanish Governor General Eulogio Dispojol. Rizal had the promised interview with the Governor General after his return to Manila from his railway journey. The discussions had been quite informal at these previous meetings. So, June 27, 1892, Rizal boarded a train into Tuban Station to visit his friends in Malolos, Bulacan, San Fernando, Pampanga, Tarlac, and Bacoor, Pampanga. Rizal returned to Manila by train the following day on June 28, 1892. So next, we have here founding of the Liga Pilipina. So Rizal's founding the La Liga Pilipina upon his return to the Philippines and represented a step forward in the reformist ideas of the time, as the new group sought to involve the people directly in the return movement on July 1892. So what is La Liga? A league or association sought to unite all Filipinos of good character for concrete action toward the economic advancement of their country, for a higher standard of manhood, and to ensure opportunities for education and development for talented Filipino youth, was almost Rizal's last act while at liberty. So Rizal believed that no one could fairly complain about bad government until he had exhausted and found ineffective all of the legal resources available to him. This was another expression of his constant teaching that the slaves, those who touted power, and men without self-respect made possible and fostered tyranny, abuses, and disregard of the rights of others. So, according to my research, La Liga Pilipina was a secret society it was founded by Jose Rizal in the house of the Retio Honjo at Elias Street, Tondo, Manila on July 3, 1892. The organization derived from La Solidaridad and propaganda movement. So, what are the aims of the Liga Filipina? So, the Liga's aims is A. To unite the whole archipelago. B. Mutual protection in case of trouble and need. C. Defense against every violence and injustice. D. Development of education, agriculture, and commerce rather. And the last one is study and implementation of reform. So results how to separate the most important. So Andres Bonifacio became one of the organization's founder. So we all know that Andres Bonifacio is the one of our heroes. So we have here the Liga's goals. As stated in the Constitution, Rizal drafted were as follows. So first, we have to consolidate the entire archipelago into a single compact, vigorous, and homogeneous body. Second, mutual protection in all times of need. 3. Defense against all forms of violence and injustice, encouragement of education, agriculture and commerce, and research and implementation of reforms. So, Rizal attended a meeting with patriots at the home of the Chinese-Filipino mestizo, Doroteo Honghongko on Elias Street, Tondo, and Manila. On the evening of Sunday, Rizal explained the goals of the La Liga. As civic of Filipinos he wished to establish, as well as its role in the people's socio-economic lives. The following officers were elected to the new league: President Ambrosio Salvador, Diodato Arellano Secretary, Agustin de la Rosa Treasurer, and Bonifacio Arevalo Fiscal. So, the La Liga Filipinas motto is Unos Instar Omnium, or in English, one like all. So Unus Instar Omnium, one is equal to all. It aims a compact, vigorous, homogeneous civil society arising from a federation of associations, all based on the principle of mutualism and animated with a national sentiment and its preferred form of state, a federal republic. So the Liga members' responsibilities are as follows. First, to obey the Supreme Council's orders, of course. Second, to assist in recruiting new members. Third, to keep the Liga authorities' decisions strictly confidential. Fourth, to have a symbolic name that he cannot change until he becomes president of his council. Fifth is to report to the fiscal anything he hears that affects the Liga. Sixth, to behave well as befits as good Filipino. And the last one is to help fellow members in any ways. So, who wrote about building a Filipino colony in British North Borneo and was arrested and exiled to the Dapitan? So, Rizal was the one who wrote about building a Filipino colony in British North Borneo, and he was arrested and exiled to the Dapitan. Three days after the organization was founded, but the Liga would soon be overshadowed by another organization. So, the kataas-taasang kagalang-galangan na katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan, which was formally established a day after Rizal's arrest. So, July 7, 1892, by people who were members of the Liga led by Andres Mil, a society they had planned to organize since January 1892. And that's all my report. This is Betsy. Thank you for watching. I am Betsy Sam is now signing off.